How is everybody doing out there today? Sorry for the late start. These noon games are a little rough, but we're here. How is the audio for everybody? Just angle the camera up a fuzz. But yeah, how is everybody doing? This is the Andre Duke Show with Carter Smith. We are bringing you Iowa State live. If I can get my mic up there, how is everybody's sound? Just making sure the sound and everything is good in the setup. Just checking on everybody. How is everybody doing this fine day? Just trying to get it going. I got the multi-box up. Just checking on it. Just making sure all of my stuff is dialed in. If you come on over, hit that like and subscribe button if you're finding us on X for the first time. I gotta make a little bit of an adjustment there. There we go. Got that cleared up. But yeah, how is everybody's Saturday going? Just figured I would check on everybody. Doing a little watch party here, but if you hit that like and subscribe button, it's better than money. But we got Baylor on the bunny ears. We're going to have Indiana, Illinois, Duke, Texas A&M on the old school TV, and then the topic du jour is the Iowa State game on the big TV. Sorry, just retweeting the links here. A little behind. That's what happens whenever you get a little bit of a late start on stuff. Get that retweeted out there. Get the mic up. Just figured, how is everybody's Saturday doing? Just a little bit of a programming note. We are going to have Ole Miss following this game. Ole Miss Kentucky follows this game with a little bit of the nightcap will be Texas, or not Texas. It'll be Oklahoma, Michigan. If you choose to stay with us all day or check out some of the broadcasts from today, that is kind of what we're doing on this channel today. Just watching some college football. I felt Iowa State being the big noon is the best that we could do. In the noon window, Iowa State hits it. They are marching. Matt Campbell is 2-7 against the Hawkeyes. I think that that's what it is. And then we're going to take a a break at halftime whenever you see this and we pull up, that'll let you know that is we are at halftime and we will be back. So there's that. Appreciate everybody tuning in today. If you're watching on Twitter, the come on over from Twitter and join the chat. Iowa State is looking to score here. Penn State, Indiana, Texas A&M is about to start. Illinois' Duke is underway. I'm just checking on everything real quick. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Rocco backed Iowa State and the Red Lids. I really feel like if Matt Campbell wins this game, I feel like Iowa State's trajectory is kind of to the limit. But looks like we might be seeing a field goal here early, which I kind of don't want to see that. I think we need I think Iowa State needs touchdowns. Iowa State lining up for a field goal. Duke is up a field goal. Indiana's up 14-0. SMU's up on Baylor 10-0. Just hooks it inside. That's a heck of a hit for Iowa State. And I do apologize if we have some tears in the background. Texas A&M is taking the field. Illinois touchdown. Just checking it out here. There we go. But yeah, we got a pretty good setup here. Looks like the rain's starting to come down in the SMU game. Iowa State up 6-0. Just checking on some other things here. Iowa State for kickoff. Back to Iowa. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Just checking to see, but yeah, for the most part, the biggest thing is that hitting that like and subscribe is the big thing. I guess I'll turn my headphone volume down just a bit to where it doesn't feel like I'm hearing myself talk. But yeah, there's that. Yeah, for all the people watching on X, if you want to come on over and join the conversation, that would be much appreciated. What do you guys think is the outcome on this game? Iowa. Third down coming up for the Hawkeyes. Texas finally scores. They're up 7-0 on San Jose State. Audio. All right, big third down. I was gonna carry it. Just a quick out route. They pick it up. Duke. Iowa State's 5 first downs today. Ooh, in and out. In and out. Yep, that's kind of how it's going now, but yeah, how's everybody doing today? Ooh, that is stopped in the backfield. Florida State is up big. They're up 14-0. The USC transfer scores. Arizona State, big Sparky on the side of the helmet. That's fairly interesting. Oh no, that is a big sack. Iowa State with the big Mo right now, the big Mo momentum. Just checking out some other stuff. But appreciate everybody watching. Iowa State, for some reason, takes a timeout. I didn't quite catch it. Kirk Ferentz, 27th year. I mean, this is fairly interesting. Even though I kind of got up late and got on here late. But yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in. If you we are going to do the late call-in show tonight after Michigan, Oklahoma, kind of as a late forum. Yeah, that's kick catch interference. I don't know how it's not. But A&M's starting with the ball. Marcel Reed gets out of there. That didn't look very impressive. So there's that. Yeah, he interfered with the returner. So they're going to call that every time. Indiana's offense this year has not looked exceptionally crisp, kind of like it did last year. Baylor and SMU, very chippy. I think college football this year has done better with getting and having some more how do I want to say this, more or better games at the beginning of the year. I think week 1 had absolute bangers. I know some people would disagree. That's just kind of how some people fall on it, but I think the Iowa fans are going to be very upset with that call. I mean, you could make an argument he was blocked into him, but you can't touch the returner is what the rule says. Oh, wow. There's the PI. That SMU Baylor game is going to be closer than I think what people want to admit that it'll end up being. I think Utah State, they end up holding A&M on the first drive. It's kind of fascinating in itself. In which really I think it hits off the Iowa player first. Yeah, so it hit off the Iowa player first before the returner can touch it. I think Indiana's just about to punch another one in. For some reason, it's under review. I'll run down all the scores while we got an official review. Next week, some food for thought. West Virginia's +2 against Pitt. Texas A&M 6.5, just like they were last year. They're on the road at South Bend next week. We'll definitely be having that one. Texas is now up 14-0 on San Jose State. Florida State 28-0. Baylor gets in there. Just trying to see. Oh, I guess it hit his hand first. All right, Iowa with the ball. Oh, quarterback keep. Was not expecting that. The whole Iowa State sideline is giving the holding signal running down the sideline. I did not see it firsthand, but that's the end of the first quarter. Indiana's already at halftime. Texas Tech is up 24-0. And then Dogs come on at 2:30. And I'm on East Coast time. If anybody's wondering, the Dogs come on at 2:30, Clemson 3:30. Um, that's about where we're at. Just checking the snails here. Just curious on what you guys think of this game so far. Um, now that we're at commercial, if you can, hit that like and subscribe button. Help us grow this thing. That's kind of where we're at. It is commercial time. I am just getting all my stuff around for TV for this afternoon because when we switch games, it's going to have to be. I'm really shocked that ESPN, the mothership, doesn't have a 3:30 game. There's a whole gap there. Because I'm just trying to plan out my stuff to where whenever I got to switch TVs and switch everything going around. Not having fun. It's not a happy place for the folks at FIU being in Happy Valley. I know that. Oh yeah, hold on 1 second, fam. So yeah, there's that. Texas A&M on the board. Indiana's about to kick a field goal. I misspoke. It was the end of the first quarter. You got to remember, the fighting Texas Aggies, they don't cheer, they yell, people. But yeah, I had to get everything around for what we're doing for TV. It would be great if Iowa can hold them, or if State can hold them to a field goal. Um, that would be their best scenario in this one. That's very interesting. Rhett Lashley went for it on 4th down. Iowa almost in the red zone because I missed the part of the first quarter, but if they end up coming away with a touchdown, then that means that whole first quarter was kind of for nothing. 3rd and 7. All right. Doesn't get it. What you gonna do, Kirk? Nope, he's gonna kick it. That's not shocking interference. Drew Stevens about to line it up. Duke's offense is making some hay against Illinois, which is really shocking. No good. Are they called that good? Here's a second look. I guess that is good, but we'll see. So Iowa on the board, field goal. There's that. Just checking out some analytics stuff. Just trying to get ready for tonight. Manny Diaz is looking like he's not straight up having a good time. Ooh, SMU's marching down the field. So yeah, that's where we're at. I think for Duke, they need this one. This would be a good win for Manny Diaz if he could somehow pull it out. Yeah, so oh yeah, I forgot Ohio State leads the Lamb slaughter at 3:30 today. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, they're calling that. Looks like Duke is doing some renovations, and it's good. Yeah, I figured that Illinois Duke game was going to be tight. What's the score and where's your scoreboard? It is 3-6. Iowa State is on top. I would show a scoreboard, but it would probably get copyright. That's the whole issue. I don't think that's a catch. Oh, wow. They called that a catch. Rocco Becht back at it. What would be a killer for Iowa State here would be. I guess that is a catch. SMU goes up 16. It's going to be 17-7. Nowhere to run. That is an issue there for the Cyclones. Just waiting on the action here. Indiana, Kennesaw State. That would be a miserable IU game to attend. Oh, swinging out of the backfield, punt. It is punt alert. Nope, that was a good retrace by the defensive lineman to make that play. Because if he doesn't, that's probably a first down. Here comes the punt. Fair catch called for. I was going to take over on the 30. So, yeah. Oh, the Indiana defender falls down and they don't make it. Mm. Oh, there goes Penn State. There goes that man. Luke Altmaier and the boys for Illinois are back at it. What is anybody got the smoker out today? Doing anything on that, are we? That pass was behind him. Texas is up 27-0. They are killing San Jose State, Florida State. The same thing. Be interested to see how Alabama responds tonight. Drew Aller on the handoff. But yeah, I appreciate everybody joining today. That's an interesting tweet. Parker Fleming, the guy who does the who gets beat the worst. He does that. Wonder if I can hop on the old TikTok live. I think I'll pass on the old TikTok live. Man, my neck is bothering me, but All right, Iowa opens back up with it. That is some rough execution there. Utah State throwing a wide receiver pass for a touchdown. Oh boy. We are all knotted up in Aggie land almost. What a throw. Barely gets there. All right, Iowa State, Johnny on the spot. Looking at third down for Iowa. There is quite a bit of orange there at Duke. There is quite a bit of orange there. Um, I do appreciate everybody watching. Hitting the like and subscribe helps us a ton on this channel. And that's into the seats. All right. Getting ready here for the punt. Punt is away. Into the end zone. So touchback. It's coming out for Iowa State now. Flag on the play. Imagine that. You cannot have a special teams. Can't have a special teams play without a flag. Hmm. Texas 28-point lead. I'm sure their fans are happy to see points. Ooh, this is interesting. From Hollywood power broker to courtroom battle, former Universal Studios executive sued by the Mohegan Sun over a $2.8 million gambling debt. Yikes. Oof, that's rough. Just seeing it on 19 out of Alabama, a CBS affiliate. Susie from Alabama says if she wins the $2 billion, she's going to use her first $70 million to pay Kalen DeBoer's buyout so she can have. Yikes. That is a bad day to have right there. Iowa getting their little self-promotion in. I think during the broadcast they let them show for each school like one or two self-promotion commercials. Baylor back on the board. The Baylor Bears. Looks like they're going to make that 14-17. I'm not shocked that game's going to be a lot closer. Iowa State back at it, starting from their own 10 after the penalty. Oh, no. Ball's out. Looks like State jumped back on it. So we're coming up on halftime. Yep, punched her right out. The old peanut punch. All right. Bang. Swing pass out of the backfield. Looks to be a first down. Iowa State is going bananas about a late hit out of bounds. Illinois is up 10, or not Illinois, but Penn State 10-0 on it is 10-0 over FIU. Oh, back trying to hit something downtown, but couldn't connect. All right. Put that over there. Iowa State punt. Iowa playing the field game. Kennesaw State ends up with a field goal. Oh no, SMU just hit a big play. Baylor is down. Baylor's going to be down 10 just like that. Oh, there goes Marcel Reed. There goes that man. A&M back at it. So Iowa with it, 1st and 10. There ain't nothing on the ground. I think Iowa State's for the most part, their defense has traveled with them. All right. Oh, pick. Is it going to be no, not going to score, but that is a bad interception. Altmaier connects. Illinois in the red zone. Indiana, there goes that man. There is just nothing but a ton of action on right now. Oh, he slipped, stepped right in. Iowa's receiver slipped. There we go. See if Altmaier can punch it in here. Rocco backed on the keeper. Surprised they didn't call holding on that because the tight end had his arms around his shoulders. Sending a message here. Just sending something here. All right. Okay, here we go. Red zone, Rocco backed. How did they not call holding on that? Their tight end has had it's 2 plays in a row on this drive. Twice on this drive, the tight end has had his hands outside, and you can clearly see the jersey pull. Not that I'm on one side or the other, but Indiana up 21-0. FAU putting up a pretty good fight in Happy Valley, I will say. Iowa State hands it off, trying to find the end zone. Since pretty much pushing the runner is legal now. Trying to get this lighting figured out. Illinois touchdown. 3rd and goal. What do you got to say? Yep, touchdown Iowa State. Big tight end with the catch. He's been pivotal on this drive. I did see Texas A&M fans are kind of crashing out. All right, waiting the extra point. Appreciate everybody watching the stream. Baylor going for it on 4th down. And they get it. 2 minutes to go in that game. So there is that. A&M is up 10-6. They're trying to strip the ball in the FIU Penn State game. I think Penn State's trying to add a field goal, and they are at midfield. And I don't think Franklin's got any timeouts. 15 seconds. What are you doing here, James? Better hope you don't get tackled in bounds. 5 seconds. You gonna kick a field goal? Almost a pick in the A&M game. Don't know why we decided to take that one out. Starting at your own 15. Oh, there goes that man, Dookies. Back in the red zone. See if the Iowa State defense can keep up the see if they can keep it up. Oh no. Penn State gets a field goal blocked at the end of half. That's huge. I'm sure they are not happy in Happy Valley after that one. Well, I guess I could have it right there. There's that so I can see. Bump it a fuzz. All right. What's everybody's final score prediction? That would be something. Iowa with a big run there. Mm. Mm. It's a good form tackle. Wonder if they called. Nah, it's an incomplete pass. Oh no, did Illinois turn him over again? Oh, lost a fumble. Yikes. Iowa trying to get something up before the half. Oh, just missed the tip. What you gonna do? Baylor's almost in the red zone. Big hit in the hole there. About 46 seconds away from the 2-minute timeout. Mm. Iowa State with a 10-point lead. Kennesaw State in the red zone right before the half here. Uh-oh. Quarterback scrambling. And he's short. Two-minute timeout. I think it's going to be like 3rd and a yard. Baylor inside the 10-yard line. And then Baylor's in. Cut it back down to a field goal before half. Kennesaw State kicking a field goal. 2-minute timeout in Ames. So we're about to about to see here. Just out of the 6 games, 3 are at commercial. Illinois driving. It'll be some tough sledding if Illinois scores before the half here. I don't know who gets the ball in the second half in that game. Kevin Jennings is 10 of 10 for 236 yards. Crawford Alvarez. Oh, that's on Netflix this summer. Can't believe Netflix is paying for that. I would say SMU is going to hand it off and go in at half, but I have been Kirk will have to go before we see a competent offense. Jeffrey Wright, that's appeared on the program, comes out with Gronkowski's stat line 7 of 12 for 15 yards and an INT. Definitely a stat line I could put up in a game. Yikes. Indiana's running off for halftime. Two minutes left here in Ames for the first half. I don't think he got that. We got a little skirmish going on. They're going to call time and under official review, I think he was short. I don't think he got it. Here comes the measurement. You got to pull the chains tight. They called that a first down. Wow. He is 8 of 14 for 30 yards. Iowa got away with one there. I do not think that was a first down, but apparently. Oh, screen pass, A&M. So what, we're having an official booth review? because I don't think he's even close. I think where they spotted it. Yeah, that's the same thing I was thinking, Dave. What are they doing with the chains? Because I think he's short. He looks like he's 6 inches short if you look at where his helmet's at. But I don't know if they'll have enough evidence to quote unquote overturn it. I get it, the yellow line's not accurate, but they turn him when the contact happens. How can you review a chain measure? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That doesn't. So they call time to measure it, and then the booth rings down for a review. But if you look, he's short. He's amazingly short. Call is upheld. There's no way that was a first down. There is no way. You have a review, the change. Right. I don't think he was even close. And also, Dave, we have a whole new audio setup as well. Hopefully, the audio sounds better. And no camera issues, hopefully. Yikes. I was going to sneak out of here with a field goal. Dave, you've been watching Baylor SMU. Of course, there's another media timeout. Baylor SMU is actually a pretty decent game going so far. I think it's like 21-24. The Jenkins kid, that's a bad sack by Luke Altmaier. I got 6 games on right now, but it's on the CW if you have that in your area, because I got the bunny ears out today. Ooh, Fran Brown and the Orange are down 14-6. Florida State is massacring Texas A&M East or whatever they are. That is rough. That is a rough looking play there. A&M on the board. The Big 12, if this is a Big 12 officiating crew, it's not very good. I know that the NCAA and the stuff is frowned upon, but I know they can't say it, but I will. This officiating crew is bad. How do you have a chain measurement and then you have an official review? Why wouldn't you have reviewed it before you measured it? But what do I know? All right. It is looking. Oh wow. There was a hold in the backfield. The guy completely undressed him, and they did not throw the flag. The it was right in front of the referee. Iowa's receivers are running into each other. Yep, they gifted him a field goal today. They sure did. Just throwing that one away. If I'm Matt Campbell, I am pissed. This is interesting. Iowa's going to steal a field goal. Nah, that running back runs hard. The Williams kid, he is a hoss. Are they really going to try to? What? My God, Fox, stop trying to stuff a. Fox is just the worst. To play 1 minute of football in this game is like dragging on. This is like the longest half of football, and I even got here like 25 minutes late. I was 25 minutes late, and it's taken an hour and 7 minutes. It's taken an hour and 7 minutes to play 23 minutes of football in this game. It just shouldn't take that long, Fox. I'm just saying. 3rd and 3. He's going to get that one. That is a first down. Wow. There ain't really nothing Iowa State can do about that. All right, here we go. Iowa in the driver's seat right now. For Iowa, their best bet is to end up with a touchdown. Falls down. Calling an incomplete pass. It's going to be 3rd down with 39 seconds left here. Ugh. So Iowa State calls timeout. All right. So Iowa State's out of timeouts. 3rd and 8. Iowa has 1 timeout. I would say that they're going to hand this off, and because I would say Ferentz doesn't want to give him the ball back with any. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Try to get the first down, because if you get a first down, you're most likely getting a touchdown. It was a bad punt by Utah State. First 6 drive, 21 plays, 34 yards. So A&M's going to start on Iowa or Utah State's like 35. So yeah, basically you got to get inside the 1 to get a first down. Oh, they're lighting him up. What's the flag? I can only imagine with this crew. It's been pretty much they are giving every excuse in the book. Unsportsmanlike and a hold. Yeah, he did hook him on that one. This is a Big 12 crew. It's awful. So they are gifting Iowa a chance for a touchdown here. Yep, they gave it to him. That was a gift. That's a good old shot that I'm sure Fox wants people drinking out of a flask on TV. Because of that sequence of events, we now have. Wow. Virginia up on North Carolina State. Penn State has gone to halftime and came back before the conclusion of this game. Boy. Oh, yeah. Matt Campbell is pissed. All right. Here we go. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We're almost at halftime, and then we're going to break for halftime. Yeah, that is just. I'm going to assume they're just going to come out and see what happens here. Max protect, Beck going up the ladder. I would say there's going to be a 15-yarder right there, pass interference. I think I'm going to have some concerns about Penn State's offense if they don't start getting it going, because offensively, from the bits and pieces that I've going to be a big day in Iowa if this dude gets passes Woody. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Arch Manning throws a pick. Yikes. Is that who you're watching today, Dave? We're also going to have the Michigan game tonight, and then we're also going to be doing a live call-in show. I've got the capability now. Worked on that all week as well. We're going to have a live call-in show for tonight's game. All right, that is halftime. I am going to put the break up, and we will All right, we are back and ready to go for the second half here. Let me remove that. Kick's about to get underway. So there's that. Have to see what halftime adjustments have been made. I'm gonna fix the visual effects. There we go. Had to touch that up. All right. Appreciate everybody for hanging out at halftime. If you can do me a big favor and hit that like and subscribe button, that helps a ton. What time does Georgia kick off? See what time Kirby and the Dogs kick off. $2:28. So in about 14 minutes here, Iowa State starts with it. Beck dialing it up. Incomplete. Uh-oh. Gotta fix the visual effects. That is doing nothing. Come on. There. Ooh. Get this thing over here. Backed. Trying to get this lighting is highly frustrating. All right, looks like it's going to be third down. Okay, that's making it worse. Ooh, that was a bad idea to return that punt. You watching Duke? Yeah, I have Duke, Illinois in one of the, as I would call it, part of the quad box. Maybe some natural light will help this. Ooh. All right. I'm just trying to get this lighting situation figured out. think that might fix it. I think that's made it better. Maybe, maybe not. Iowa with the ball. This is just not my day on the lighting end of it. But I don't think it's not the issue. What is that? I guess it worked out. Wow, no flag for a late hit. That's kind of shocking. Really shocking there. All right, let's get the dogs cranked up here. All right, where are you at, Kirby? So Iowa marching down the field. Oh, you gotta turn that off. 28-7. Trying to get this other game on my phone. Trying to get that ready to go. That doesn't kick off for another 6 minutes. Mm. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. Got to see here. 3rd and 2, another quarterback run. Now, this time I think they got the spot right. I am just over these. I don't know how much. I'm not sure as fans. Oh, I hear you on that. I understand where you're coming from on that, Dave. Totally get that. But although I look forward to the night games though. But I also like having multiple games and multiple windows, but it's better when conference play starts though. This Illinois Duke game is hard hitting. SMU and Baylor tied. So third down coming up for Iowa. Hopefully that blocked out the sneeze for you guys. Third and 2. He's gonna take off and gonna get it. Penn State is now up 20-0. Yeah, Dave, we're live streaming Oklahoma, Michigan. But I have a lot of games in that 7:30 window I have an eyeball on. That's the thing that stunk about the Miami Notre Dame game. Although it is cool to have a standalone game at night, but your standalone game your standalone game is the only ticket in town. All right, let's see if we can get this Georgia game up, and then we'll have 7 games rolling. And there we are. About to have Georgia going here. And see, that's the tough thing with Major League Baseball is it's funny because they're like, it's Saturday night baseball. Yeah, I don't think anybody's tuning in for that. A&M, Utah State at the half. By all accounts, except Michigan fans, my team's about to lose, so let's get into it. Yeah. Here comes the field goal. And it's good. So we're all knotted up at 13. Iowa pretty much gave them a gift, or Iowa State, I mean. and Baylor feeling the momentum uh, against SMU. It was a bad sack by Jennings. I'm really shocked. I figured they would have put Chase Daniel on the call for KU Missouri, seeing as how he's a former Missouri quarterback. But what do I know? The Penn State game is in the fourth quarter. Still another hour before Missouri kicks. SMU Baylor is pretty much synced up with Iowa State. The closest game to completion is Penn State FIU. In Austin P, Georgia. It is looking like we're going to have a rainy start for Penn or Ole Miss, Kentucky. This week's game sucks so much. 15 versus 18 matchup, game of the week. Well, I can see where that can be an issue. But I think as things get hammered out, I think that college football is going to change dramatically. I think the days of like Georgia playing Austin P, those are over. And we're going to the looks like commercial, but if you're watching on X, it's a helmet game is the reason. Yeah, I hear you on that, Dave. I totally it. If you're watching on Twitter, come on over to the YouTube side of things. We got quite a few people. We got Dave in the chat, and hitting that like and subscribe button helps us a ton. Just checking out the Baylor. But yeah, that's pretty much how that's rolling. Gunner Stockton getting the boys going. Florida State is up 70-0. All right, Iowa State comes back at it. So yeah. Starting in the shadow of their own goalpost. Austin P. It's a way to get it going. Even if on this drive, even if Iowa State doesn't get any points out of it, but 3 first downs to flip the field really helps. Rocco Beck kind of having a rough day. 10 of 16 for 70 yards. Indiana all over Kennesaw State. All right. What Iowa State really needs is to come out and score a touchdown here. That would help a ton. That was a rough hit. All right, 3rd and 5. Rocco getting the first down. Kind of double covered there. Baylor gets the turnover, and it is a ruckus crowd out there in Dallas. Iowa State finding some success on the ground. What a pick. I am sure Big Noon Kickoff is just crying their eyes out because they couldn't have Oklahoma, Michigan. Rocco Beck throwing it to no one. Just a swing pass, throws it way out of his reach. 3rd and 1. Okay, Iowa State picks up the first down. Baylor is kind of on the march right now. Illinois in for the touchdown. Illinois goes up 27-13. It'll be 28 after the extra point. Second one, I'd say Iowa State is going to run a play, get the first down, and that'll be the end of the quarter. We're going to be looking at the fourth quarter coming up in Ames. I almost said Imes. There's a lot of empty seats at the Duke game right now in that one bowl. But they are under construction. Looks like they are building the Devil's Deck. Little satanic stuff going on there, maybe. I don't know. I think Georgia's just starting with their first offensive possession. Yeah, I'll be curious on what game goes final first. Who will get their first claim victory of the day? Looking like, yeah, that is. But is that a $2 million? Is that a 2-year deal? So it would be what, $2 million a year? Indiana scoring again. Signetti, no stranger on running it up, huh? Oh, I guess they called pass interference. Wow. But the 3:30 slate is Grambling, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Oregon. Oh, it's only got all the ranked matchups right now. All right. I saw him listed at $4 million a year. Yikes. That's a lot. That is a lot. Utah State finding some life after the halftime. Man, it is tough sledding for Fran Brown and the Qs right now. They're down 17-6. Oh yeah, I understand. I'm with you on that one, Dave. Jacksonville State up on Liberty. For some reason, West Carolina and Wake is delayed. Georgia running it down their throat. Mm. Rocco Beck's parents. Nothing doing for Kansas State on that one. Just looking at all the games. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I might be tuning into old Belichick. Uh-oh. There goes that man, Georgia. All right, Rocco backed. Midfield, 2nd and 9. Completion makes it 3rd and 5, 3rd and manageable. Just scrolling to see how I'm going to put the night together for when we do the call-in show. Oh, what a oh no, he dropped it. Iowa's going to get off the field. His knee popped it out. All right. Uh-oh, punter falls down. Duke is knocking on the door. Baylor and them are knotted up. That Jennings kid's got some wheels. I'm sick of the wide receiver drops this year. If it hits you in the hands, catch the effing ball. Yeah, I hear you on that, Dave. Duke in for the touchdown. Uh-oh, SMU on the board. Utah State just scored on A&M again. It's going to be live at Kroger Field soon. That is what it is. Who's the coach at Utah State? Bronco Mendenhall. I had to think for a second. He's probably thinking back to himself. He's probably thinking, I should have never left BYU when I was there. It's probably what Bronco thinks in his mind. because Virginia, for the most part, has been a tough sell for anybody having success there. He was 99. He was at BYU 10 years. He was 99 and 43. Had an Orange Bowl appearance in 2019. He left New Mexico with 5-7. Named head coach December 6th of 2024. All right, here we go. Georgia's up 7-0. I'm sure people are shocked there. The smoke is thick here. That literally tastes like a campfire. What do you got? Canadian wildfires, Dave? You getting that smoke down from Canada? See if Baylor can answer here. Apologies, the dog was going crazy. False start, Iowa. Back them up 5. But yeah, I guess haven't done any promotion. But if you're watching on Twitter, come on over to the YouTube side of things and hit the like and subscribe. That helps us grow the channel. If that is your thing. All right, here comes Iowa. That was a good blitz pickup. Uh-oh. He's got a motor. I will say Ferentz and these guys have been getting this guy. He's been getting his ass kicked all game, taking a ton of hits. Oh, Baylor looks like they fumbled it, and I didn't see who recovered it. Washington, Oregon Mountains, apparently. I hope it rains soon so I can breathe. Yeah, that kind of sounds rough, Dave. All right. Georgia forces another punt. SMU gets the ball back. SMU gets her back, so it's looking more and more like he had a convoy running with him. It's looking more and more. All right. Oh, speaking of that, I gotta look. I gotta look that up as well. I apologize. We're at commercial right now. If you can, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm just looking for something real quick. Oh, there's another Penn State touchdown. So can Iowa State get a stop and get off the field? Oh, going deep, and they throw a PI. That is a tough situation there. Had to get my channels wrote down. And Georgia's going after him. Is Mendoza still in the game? It's 49. They're up 40. Iowa State's defense has got to bow up. They got to bow up and make a stop here. And they haven't, ever since about midway through the second quarter, they have stopped Iowa, but they've kept them in field. They've held them to field goals. SMU in for the touchdown. Well, coming up on the close of this one. Another quarterback run. They are just getting this guy killed. I know I would have thought Iowa State had every opportunity to come out here and win this one. They've got to get a stop here because Iowa's kicker can kick like 55-yard field goals. But I feel like if Iowa State would score a touchdown, it would just be like a death sentence for them. Incomplete. Iowa's got a punt. Georgia's looking like they're about to march down and score again. Iowa State desperately needs a touchdown. Starting inside the 10 again. Indiana looks like they're about to score again. SMU is took a 2-touchdown lead, so I'm not saying it's over for Baylor, but there's 8 minutes left and they haven't really been able to stop SMU outside of a handful of times all day, so there's that. So here I can't believe Utah State put up 14 against A&M. But I will say I'm not shocked that the Indiana fans are hanging around just because they want to bask in the glory of winning. And that's a touchback for A&M. Oh yeah, I forgot Florida plays today at 4:15. All right, and we're back. Tennessee in action today as well. All right, here comes Iowa State. Eight minutes left. Kickoff for Baylor. So yeah, for the most part, we're getting there. Third and 2. What do you got, Rocco? Rocco Becht run. He gets down. Wow, I can't believe Duke has an unfinished end zone. Wow. Penn State scored again. What is under official review? Are they trying to say he slid before the down and distance? Georgia on the board. This has been the most bizarre game in the world when it has came to officiating reviews. Like, what are we doing? I will say when it comes to the noon window sometimes just drags if the games aren't as good. It just feels like they drag. So Drew Aller's day's done. All right. Something's under review in the Georgia game. It is 56-9. It is 56-9, and they are still throwing flags. Why are you throwing flags in a 56-9 game? Yikes. So, thank you, Fox, for showing us the Panera Bread commercial. Dave Aranda's going to start 0-2. I think it might get weird in Waco. It's already weird there, but I'm just saying. We'll update the scores from around. Now Syracuse is down 5 now. Oh no, Rocco Becht might be short. Oh no, they called it a first down. Run there. 44 seconds left, and FIU, Illinois with a pick. That's unfortunate. Oh. Uh-oh. Overthrown by a mile. Oh, did he hang on? Yes, he did. I'm just retweeting the link for the next stream. Hopefully, y'all follow me over there. That's going to start in about when this game concludes. Looking at some stuff here. 2nd and 9. All right, back to Georgia. All right, there's nothing really significant on that channel. Waiting on the 3 o'clock games to waiting on the 3 o'clocks to see what we have, because they haven't totally flipped yet. I think Matt Campbell's playing for a field goal. Although if they would just try to score a touchdown, I think that would be a death sentence for Iowa. Yep, he's playing for a field goal. No risk of turning it over. Kirk Ferentz has got 2 timeouts. So we're going to go to the 2-minute timeout here. Well, I guess Baylor did score. 5:23 left. I think the only game that is final, Florida State wins 77-3, Penn State 34-0. NC State comes storming back 21 third quarter points to beat NC State to beat Virginia. 3 finals so far. $15 minutes until the 3:00 games decide they are going to kick off. All right. Austin P is down 14. Baylor desperately needs a stop. Aranda's got all 3 timeouts, so it's not as into the world as some would think. Austin P going to kick a field goal. Oh, backed with the runner on 3rd and 9. What do they do here? Do they kick a field goal or do they? Iowa takes a timeout. Is it going to be 2 years in a row for a walk or not a walk off, but a field goal to win it? Because it'll give Iowa about 1:53 left. Nope. We are coming out with the field goal unit. How far is the attempt? A 54-yard attempt. Kick is up. And the kick is good. Iowa State up by a field goal. And on 3rd and 4, Baylor gets the stop. So Baylor with some life here. Drained it. That's a clutch kick. Yep, they have cleared out at Indiana. Another media timeout. The batch of 3 o'clock games have not turned over yet. So that's literally what I am waiting on, is for the games to turn over. That's the only downtrodden thing about streaming. Uh-oh, Marcel Reed coming up. Looks like he got hit pretty hard. Defensive lineman falls on him. Indiana is final. 56-9. No shock there. All right. Might have hurt his ribs on that one. Baylor with the run. So we'll see. Got the Dogs. Kickoff and get this last minute 52 underway. 8 minutes until Ole Miss kicks off. Iowa's got one timeout. All right, this is for everything. Iowa needs a field goal. Minute 43, it is ticking. So I think they got to get to what, the 35? That's not ideal. He takes a sack there. So here we go. At the end of this, we're going to be switching over to Ole Miss. Ole Miss, Kentucky. Also, if you could do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. All right, 3rd and 11. Iowa burns their last timeout. And he is sacked again. 4th down. 4th and about a mile. Last play for Iowa. The heave, incomplete. It's over. If they're coming out in victory. Have to see. I don't think Iowa State's going to run a play. All right, they're out in victory formation. Appreciate everybody who watched the stream today. If you can, hit that like and subscribe button. That helps grow the channel. But after that, we are heading to Ole Miss, Kentucky. So see you guys over there.